Hello and welcome to another Two Wheels and a Conspiracy Theory. Right, before heading out, just going to have a quick look, make sure everything's running as it should be. She's good. Right, put the gloves on and we will be off. It's actually my second video today. I must admit, that was cooler earlier. But still. Just gonna nip off down to Sainsbury's quickly, grab a few little bits. I thought, you know what, if I'm heading out, it gives me an excuse to do another video. Right. And we're off. Let's get a little bit of that breeze on the go. It's funny, I was thinking to myself earlier, why do I enjoy making these videos and then uploading them? And I suppose two things sprang to mind. One was I like to share this sort of information, and two, it would really make me quite happy if I could, I don't know, have an impact on somebody and they do actually decide to do their own research. It does help to make them, I don't know, think slightly different about the world they live in. I understand that a lot of my stuff to a lot of people won't make any sense, and I will look quite foolish for uploading them, but I'm actually partly confident that some people may get something out of it. Again, that's why I do it. That's why I do it. Vents open on my skid lid. Looks like that cool off quite nicely. lucky today. Actually had a reasonably do-nothing day. It was very busy yesterday, so just having a little unwind. Every now and again it is nice just to have a do-nothing day and just relax. I gotta be honest, it's not a lot more relaxing than what I'm doing right now. If you're joining me on this video for the first time, I definitely recommend going back to my earlier ones, starting from there. Come on lights, that's got to be our turn. And ready. Cool. Wow, look at him jumping out. To bikers, you probably know if you've got one, you got to be so careful. Expect cars not to see you. Check those mirrors. Very careful at roundabouts. See, I thought he might have gone then, so that look about him. Now let's see if my favourite little spot is available. If you watch my videos, then I'm sure you know where I'm headed. This'll do. And gloves off. Right, now let's see if I can do this video without being disturbed. What's the betting one of the cars I parked next to? Somebody's going to turn up. Right, well, let's do this quick as I can. Hey, not sure if you can see me, but hello. Right, so here we go. If you believe some humans have a presence on the dark side of the moon, and it's also possible you may believe we do indeed have a hidden space-based crafts in our galaxy and beyond. If this is true, then maybe this next information has some credibility too. So on June the 29th, not sure on the year, but believe last year, Alex Jones of Infowars.com interviewed Robert David Steele, a former US Marine Corps and CIA clandestine services official who volunteered insider information about secret events on Mars. The highlights of this interview were he told Alex about a slave colony on Mars and the 20 years and out program. Now the short version of this program is hard to hear and even harder to believe, but it involved kidnapping children and putting them on crafts that took, it's steaming up here, there we go, it's better, 20 years to arrive on Mars. So once they arrived, they were adults with no choice but to become slaves to survive on Mars. Steele's comments were covered in a number of mainstream newspapers such as Britain's Daily Mail, the Daily Beast and the Washington Post, all of which downplayed his comments as mere conspiracy theory. Only reason I personally think the news put this in their papers at all is possibly to prepare us for when disclosure finally happens. Anyway, during the interview, Steele said, quote, "This may strike your listeners as way out, but we actually believe there's a colony on Mars. It is populated by children who were kidnapped and sent into space on a 20-year ride. So once they get to Mars, they have no alternative but to be slaves on the Mars colony." A columnist from the Daily Beast contacted NASA for a response to Steele's interview and got the following denial quote: "There are no humans on Mars. There are active rovers on Mars. There was a rumour floating around that there aren't, but there are." Guy Webster, a spokesperson for Mars exploration at NASA, told the Daily Beast, "There are no humans." End quote. The Phi Beta Iota, a public intelligence blog created by Steele, responded to Collins' article, where more details were provided about the kidnapped children, earmarked to be slaves on Mars. Quote, Phi Beta Iota. Steele's point was lost on the author. Children appear to have been kidnapped and sent into space on 20 years and out missions, so that they grow up between the time they leave Earth and the time they arrive on Mars. The wormhole capability was lost in 2012. There will be multiple levels of disclosure, including extraterrestrial permissions to experiment on and breed hybrid humans, extraterrestrial technologies finally disclosed, and the entire Pentagon extraterrestrial and intraterrestrial program exposed. End quote. This goes back to what I've said in past videos about the hidden tech and the crimes against humanity that would follow a true disclosure. A true full disclosure. Back to what Steele said in the interview. He said that the above quote made it clear that he wasn't talking about child labour on Mars, as the children would be young adults when they arrived. Steele's statement and response is worth examining due to what a number of whistleblowers have said about a secret Mars colony they allegedly visited or serving on classified programs that used wormhole technology. These people include Al Balesis, Michael Ralph, Andrew Basajo, Arthur Newman, and to name just a few. Corey Good was the first person to describe in May 14th, 2015 interview what he had seen on a few occasions during his secret space program service from 1987 to 2007. Quote, "Yes, there were several occasions where the specialist equipment malfunctioned that needed repairing immediately. On these rare occasions, I would fly down to the location and be met by 4 to 6 armed guards, instructed not to make eye contact or communicate with anyone for any reason unless it was directly related to the work I was there to do. We would be escorted directly to the location of the work. The local facility security team would watch us very closely and escort us directly to our shuttlecraft. And the work had been completed and tested. We were never asked if we would like a tour or invited to spend the night or stay and share a meal with the personnel or inhabitants of the facility. We did, however, get a chance to see some of the people. They were usually pale and healthy looking, both physically and mentally, and they seemed very much like slave labour." End quote. Okay, so all of this particular info came from a Michael Salah YouTube video called "Slave Colony on Mars Goes Mainstream." There was more information, but I needed to wrap this video up. With many whistleblowers painting the same picture, the information is becoming a lot like a jigsaw puzzle, where a lot of the pieces are starting to show the full picture. If all this is true, it is heartbreaking to hear, but it's only going to change when we the people believe it's happening and demand it stops. One account being shared on this subject you can dismiss, but can all the whistleblowers' testimony be dismissed so easily anymore? As always, do the research and you decide. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.